Well, hi, good morning. Thank you for joining me in my shop here. It's September 29th. It's going to be a beautiful day here, sunny and the like, and I'm pretty sure the hurricane's not going to have much effect up here. I think it's going to stop short of reaching where I am. So anyway, so I've become quite confused, and the reason I'm quite confused is not just the fact that this is a complicated radio, but the fact that I'm looking at another complicated radio in the evening on a preliminary basis, and the result is I've become quite confused about everything. So yesterday I pulled a couple tubes out of the radio to try to detect or start to localize where this popping is coming from. What I'm thinking, just so you're aware, is the popping is in the power supply, or is affecting the power supply, and the popping is being cast throughout the radio. So I think, and maybe I'll be doing this at some point, anywhere I look, screen circuit or plate circuit, I'm going to see this popping effect everywhere. That's what I think is going to happen. So yesterday I pulled out tube number 7, and this is the one I can't remember the result of it. I subsequently pulled out the audio preamp tube. That silenced everything. So because I can't remember, I'm going to repeat this, pulling this out and seeing if things pop. I think they still continue to pop, and I'm just going to progress through the radio, through the different tubes that are in here, and try to find a spot where the popping stops, and then try to derive some intelligence out of that. I don't know if I'm going to succeed. So first we got to get the radio operating, at least popping. Okay, so I've got the set warming up. On low voltage here. Okay, we can turn up the volume a little bit. Maybe the RF gain. There is nothing connected to the antenna. There's no antenna input. Okay, everything's fine. We're gonna jack it up to its... Oh, popping already. That was interesting. As the voltage, I assume, as the voltage came up, something warmed up, something was going up. The pace slowed down to a stop. I would have thought it would go the other way. 111. No antenna connected. Why do I think that had an effect? She's galloping along, and so obviously flipping this switch, not obviously, but I assume this switch has some effect late in the radio at the detecting point. So let's pull out the first tube. And I think it won't be hot yet. Wow. These things really hang on. Okay, first tube out. So we pop, change pace. I'm not sure what that tells you. Well, that was tube number 7 coming out. That's way over here. No wonder I pulled the first audio out. That's the next tube. Let's take a look here. So, kind of slow applause going on. So we got V7, 6BA6. Yes, definitely 6BA6. And we have the signal passing through this and arriving at V8. So we can hear it ticking right now with this tube out. So we have a delayed AVC tube here, and then we have the first audio amp, and unfortunately you pull this tube out, you're pulling out the other parts of the tube too. I mean, it's coming together. 6 BV8. So I pull it out, I'm pulling a lot out of the radio at once. Interesting, we can switch. I'm on the product detector. If I throw the switch, I switch from this area to here. It really does seem to be all related right in here. None of this seems to matter because all this is disconnected because I pulled out 7. Is that really true? Or is there some other... Well, there are other features here. So ABC, no effect. Noise limiter. Yeah, I noticed this before. The noise limiter wipes it out. And the noise limiter is designed for exactly this kind of noise. So only it's supposed to be coming in on the antenna, not generated internally. The noise limiter is way out here. So we click this in and it succeeds. I think that's what we're experiencing. There is a level control here. Well, it's hard to say whether that's the actual noise limiter working or whether it's just stopping the noise. And then when we switch to the product detector, it changes. It's on product now. So that's a big hint right there. This is a big hint. I prefer the slow tick. Well, it's going to be something right in here, right in this part of the radio here, right in there. BFO, does it have any effect? Where's the BFO switch? Do you switch this on? Where do you switch it on? I guess you just when you have it over here. Change a little bit with this. If I was going to pull another tube out and try to localize it even tighter, what would be next? With this operating, I'm guessing, and I'm probably wrong, well, I can't pull this out. I was going to pull this part out, but you can't because this goes with it. And I pulled this one out, didn't I? V8. Or was it V16 I pulled out? So the one I pulled out, it was the one that had the same number twice on this sheet, 18 and 18. And I think I figured out this was actually 16. First AF delayed, and this is what I pulled out. Looking back here, first AF and delayed AVC. I think I pulled out a different tube. I think I pulled out... No way. Well, I made a mistake yesterday and pulled out the actual output tube. Let's pull out this one, V, which I think is 16. First AF and delayed AVC, and that should kill the radio, I would think. You know what? Oh, what happened just now? My watch went ding and buzzed a bit, and the buzz on my wrist, I thought I was being electrocuted. Yeah, I think this is the tube I pulled out right here. Okay, pulling out. Well, that stops it. Yeah, this is the tube I pulled out. So that stops it for any one of a number of reasons, none of which, so I can't do much analysis with this tube out. So we're going to stick it back in. Is it good to stick these in with the radio operating? Probably not. Put this back on it. Okay, so what? Ooh, son of a gun. There. Okay, so what we've done is we've pulled this guy out and everything went silent. I didn't bother changing the switch, but why should it matter? I could just turn the noise limiter on and leave it on all the time. that can't deal with this, can it? Ooh. I'm going to raise the voltage up. It was just a little low here, because I know it's so sensitive to the supply voltage. A little higher there. See if it kicks back in. Doesn't seem to. 117 now, nominal supply voltage. Just keep the noise limiter on. Problem solved. Well, I'd have to look at this for quite a while to try to understand how this could, other than just the native operation of the noise limiter. I would think you would still hear a faint popping. There's nothing. I don't hear anything. So turning this on has stopped the problem. Can you actually use the radio in this fashion? So let's hook up an antenna and give it a run for its money here. Maybe this is the poor man's solution to the problem. Okay, so we're gonna put on. I'm gonna have to run and switch on the antenna here. Wait a minute, I have a better way of doing this, don't I? Yeah, I have a better way. I have a better way, Jim. What's the better way? So I'm in the process of acquiring a couple more fantastic old radios. So there'll be quite a few months before they show up. But that's what's coming. So pretty exciting here. I got to get used to working on these gigantic guys instead of the the 5-tube simple radios. I have about 10 of those to work on also. Yeah, I got a garage full of radios now to work on. So antenna, yeah, that's right. I got to stop for a minute, switch on the antenna down here, and we're going to give this guy a run. Okay, I think we're ready to try here. So I have an outdoor antenna connected. I'll turn the volume up. Let's start on the broadcast band. So we would go here. That's right at the start of the broadcast band. Not much volume. Anybody working here? So we're on AM. This is open or zeroed. Well, it's 2. Let's see. We should get a strong signal right in here. I get nothing. Nothing. Okay. Let's turn the volume down. Flip off the noise limiter. Can we pick something up with this going? Oop, wrong knob. Okay, we'll flip to single sideband because it slows down the popping. Tolerate it a little bit better. Oop, wrong knob. Nobody home. Am I doing something wrong? It's definitely connected. Oh, that's a little surprising. How about that? The antenna was switched off. Doesn't make any difference so far. Oop, wrong knob. Nobody home. Okay, we'll go back to turn on the noise limiter. Here's something now. Antenna. Doesn't seem to do anything. RF is full. Tune around. Strong station rating here. Nothing at all. Switch back to AM. A little more volume. Oh, wrong knob. Okay. Nothing. Antenna. Not helping. I assume having this set low means the minimum noise limiter action. Different band. About the same noise level. I'm not sure you can even hear what I can hear. I hear a small hiss coming from the speaker. Very weak. So the noise limiter is really knocking a lot out. Let's turn the volume down. Jim, you have a tube pulled out. Yeah, okay. Here it is. Somebody yelled that so loud, I heard it. Okay, we're going to stick this tube in. Let's make sure the volume's down. Yes, the volume's down. So, no program material is going to make it past that. That's the tube warming up. More signal in the noise. More signal in the noise. There's a good statement. Oh. Oh, what's that tell you? This tells me a little bit. It's more to do with the volume control than the RF control. I'm not even sure how this control does its job. Okay, can we pick something up now? Let's go back to the tune it in. Very distorted. A little more volume. Can't do it. Noise limiter. Oh, didn't knock it out. More volume. So this radio has an automatic tone adjustment where as you turn the volume control, the tonal quality changes. I believe it's broader when you turn it down, I believe. I was just reading about this in the manual. You can certainly hear it. You use these two in combination, get the volume you want and the tonal quality you want. So where are we here? We're at a weak station. We'll go to a very strong station now. This one. Wow. It's is the AVC? AVC is not on. Okay, AVC on. Volume up. I'm not going to get much volume. Get kind of a tone effect more. RF up. That's the end of the road. meter react a little bit here. Not working very good, is it? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, this arrow here is way off. Hey, maybe that was part of the problem here. The 0 point is more over here. Part of the problem, not the popping, but the tonal quality being so muffled. A lot less muffled now. But we got no power. Got no volume here. Okay, noise limiter off. I don't know what to say about the noise limiter. Is it just, you know, trimming off? Is it limiting the noise and that's why it's disappearing, or is it actually getting rid of it because of a circuit change that happens when you turn this on? I thought this was louder earlier. I have an AVC on it. It sounds like it's cutting out. Look at that, plus 20. Of course, the meter's not calibrated, so we don't know. But this is 5/9 is the strongest AM station I get normally in this area. So having the meter go way high, I guess that's kind of normal. Let's go find another one I'm very familiar with. That's the French station right here. No volume at all. The slot filter appears to be active. Wish I could get a little more volume on this. We're at 116 volts, so I can't crank that up and get an appreciable improvement. But this, oh, hey, what's happened to my camera? How long has that been out of focus? Oh, I hope it hasn't been too long. There we go. So the slot filter here appears to be just operating all the time. And I think if you're not careful, you put the slot right where you don't want it. Again, without this much volume here. Yeah, it's hard to say anything, but because the volume's so low. How about the AVC going faster? Makes no difference. The meter stopped wiggling as much. That makes some sense. Where am I going with this? The lack of volume. Lack of volume can be caused by so many things, but one thing is a weak tube. A weak output tube. Have I ever heard this thing go loud? Makes the pops pretty loud. I'm not sure that's valid. I don't know that that's, you know, a sound being amplified by the output tube, or whether it's something happening to the B plus of the output tube. Well, maybe the next thing is to geez, I hate to say this, test the tubes in this thing. There's 18 of them. Yikes. We could test the output tube. I think that's what I got to do, because you know, essentially I don't know what else to do at this point. There's a, you know, I'm going to be slowly work my way through the manual for this radio. Many pages of manual. Okay, now I can't grab that tube because it's going to be scaldingly hot. But what I can do in the meantime, while it's cooling off, is get this guy ready here. Oh, 6BQ5. Uh-oh. That's the same as an EL84. It may not be able to test it in this tester. Let's see. 6B, it's over here. Q, E, K, oops, 6B, aluminum Q, QRS, 6BQ. I think it's a 6BQ5. That's a 6BQ6, but there's no 6BQ5. Here, I bet you I got it on an alternate listing. Boy, I almost made a big mistake here. So 6AQ5 is the tube in question. I'm looking. 6AQ5, no doubt about it. I thought it was a 6BQ5. It's the same as an EL84, I think. I started setting this up for an EL84 and then discovered I was getting ready to test this tube incorrectly, and it could damage either the tube tester. Probably wouldn't damage the tube necessarily, but okay, 6AQ5. Let's set it up for the right thing. I've got it dialed in here. 6AQ5. So 6.3 on the heater voltage. JR. These two connect to the heaters, the heater terminals. 3562. 3562. And each one of these, you may not be able to see it, but it has the words grid, plate, screen, and cathode, and suppressor way over here with a 0 on that one. 21, 85, press P4, should be greater than 2300. Greater than 2300, so okay, well, it's on the 6,000 scale right now. So 2300 on the 6,000 scale is somewhere in this area, up in here. That would be good. Okay. Here's the tape. Once again, 6.3. Into my nice new socket I put in here about a week ago. Week or two ago. Give it a moment. Yes, it's heating up. Okay, we'll do the short test. Shorts on this tester are involved with this neon light here. Flashing is okay. It's staying on. That's a problem. Flashing is actually a good sign. Okay, P4 for the test. Remember, it's got to come up, well, up around where my finger is now. She's a winner. And if we flip this over to English, we can just look at the good and bad. Good. So this guy's not responsible for low output volume. Not his fault. Somebody else is responsible for that, and oh my gosh, the whole radio could be. You know, it's one thing if, let's say, this was 10 years old and a guy brought it in the shop for repair, and it's got one fault in it, and maybe some dilapidated tubes. So it's got one fault to find. When you come along and the thing is 60, 70 years old, it could have 5 faults in it and dilapidation all over the place. Which means while you're trying to work on it, a lot of stuff may not make sense at all because it's so far out of the norm that it becomes very, very challenging to figure out what's up. That's my excuse today. So, and that's it for today. I've got busy things to do. It's a beautiful day. I should be outside. Should not be in here. And again, I got to read this manual and get all this in my head here before I can reasonably expect to have success trying to fix this radio. That's it. Thanks a lot for watching.